What's up, guys, on my channel, and one more day till my mop of a hair is gone. But what we're doing today, we're gonna be doing brakes on our 2013 F150. It's an FX4 off-road package. So no, they ain't different between all the other trucks and the rear brakes or not. But we're doing rear brakes. We're gonna be upgrading to slider rotors. As you can see, we got slider rotors here. What slider rotors do, they generally do better cooling to the brakes. So like when air goes through, it cools the rotor faster, so there's not as much warpage. We also got our heavy duty brake pads, they say, from Extreme. They're Extreme, but they're from Power Stop. Good brand company, I've heard. You know, we've been buying their brakes for a while now, so generally they've been on the Mustangs, they've been running fine, and really I haven't had to change my brakes for 2 years now, so I might have to change them very soon, but they seem to work pretty good. So if you want good brakes, I'll say they're probably a good company to go for. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this jacked up from the rear, get this tire off here. We're starting on the right side here. Oh, looks like my lug nuts here snapped a little bit here, so looks like we're gonna have to split these caps off. All right, guys, so let's take a closer look at this. As you can see, brake pads aren't really making good contact, and if they are, it's not like a good, like, you know, braking power or nothing. As you can see here, the brake pads are pretty much at the end of life. Don't know if the camera's picking that up, but they're at the end of life, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah, these rotors look like they're bad. Usually, whatever this side looks like, the other side looks 10 times worse. So I guess we'll find out in a little bit. But our new objective here now is going to be going for this bolt here, this bolt here. They look like 13 millimeters with maybe a 15-inch nut on this side, which sometimes you might have to use a wrench on this side to get it off, but we'll find out in a little bit. All right, and the emergency brake is not on the caliper, it is inside the rotor here. So you don't need a special brake tool to push this caliper back down. You should be able to just push this right back down. What I usually do is I'll take one of these brake pads, put it right here, and I'll push on that instead of putting the C clamp inside. Also helps you out so you don't have to sit there and roll it in so much if you don't have an automatic like one that goes up and down. One thing I'll give you guys advice, if you guys are doing your stuff yourself, always if you can put the stuff back where it came from, do it, because it saves you a headache later on if you lose it. And then this stuff you need to re-grease. It actually looks fairly good, but I'm gonna put a little extra grease on here just in case. My kit came with new rubber, so I will be replacing these little rubbers here. So that's why I'm taking these out. Which if you don't have the rubbers here, don't take these out. But if your kit came with the rubbers here, then, you know, replace them. You might as well. They're wear and tear items, so you might as well replace them. Oh God, a piece of rotor just fell apart. So as you can see, we are basically right at the end of the life of these. They're not there yet, but we got about a millimeter till they're gone. And as you can see from the back here, they are bad. As you can see, it's rusted here, rusted all right here. This should be all contact pad. Maybe not like the very edge here, but this all should be contacted. And right here, as you see, it's falling apart. Well, not right here, but oh, there you go, fell apart. This piece fell off. All right, guys, I got the brake pads off. I'm just taking these out because when I do these, I gotta get these off to take the rotor off. So these are 18s here. I'm gonna use it, probably end up using the breaker bar, because usually these are just locked on tight and it takes a while to get off. But yeah, I might try to use the impact, but it's not gonna the electric impact's not gonna work probably, most likely not. So most likely break a bar, and then these usually break loose. There's a little bit of, you know, a good pull, and then hopefully no issues with that. All right, guys, so I got the tool here. Basically the way it works, it grabs onto the rotor on both sides, and then you just hold this nut here, or you crank this thing here, and it pushes the rotor right off. The only thing is we're having a little issue getting this the other side down here on the rotor because of this metal pan right here. So try to figure it out. Hopefully, gotta figure it out, but we'll figure it out little by little. All right, and that's how that is done. All right, guys, and like I said, I do recommend this tool to anyone. It's OEM tools. You can probably buy it. They probably have it at AutoZone for you to rent. Maybe, I'm sure they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. My uncle bought it. I probably could have gotten it at AutoZone, but I went to my uncle's house. At least I had to him anyways. But yeah, very good tool. Like I said, this thing was really on there good because that was a good amount of good cranks. So I was almost not able to turn it anymore. So very good tool if you're looking to get remove rotors that are rotted on or pain in the ass to get off. Oh boy. Yeah, this is a little broken here actually, guys. Huh. Alright guys, I'm gonna do the other side because I want to know if this side is also bad, so then when I go to the store, actually I gotta go to Ford to pick up a relay for the trailer brake charging system. So we're gonna do this side real quick. I'm just gonna jump right to it, jump right in, get to her on that side, and then yeah, see where we get to. Alright guys, so what I did to get it off, I just knocked off there's these little clips here that go over. It's just really just like a drum brake system. I knocked off these things right in between here, and then I knocked those things out to the back, which is really, the one over here, it's like a little more deeper hole, but it's, it'll come out when you take this thing out. And then I just shoved the screwdriver, ripped the springs out of them. They're rotten anyways, so they were, no use there. But yeah, ripped the springs out, basically just ripped them out. Came apart pretty easy. But I guess we're gonna have to find out how going back together is gonna be the issue because there's only so much room you're working behind this thing, and you only have like this much room to really work with springs. And drum brakes aren't fun as it is, and adding small space does not help. So I'm gonna film this just in case, anything happens. But rotor, basically, if you're watching this video to actually do the brakes, all you gotta do from this point is just slide the rotor back over these things, put your bracket back on, tighten these down, don't tighten them too much, but get them snug good. Don't use, get them snug good. Then you just put the brakes on, then you squeeze this down with a C clamp. This tool right here, basically you just put this right on here, and like I said, you can put a brake pad right here to make it easier, and you squeeze this down all the way till it hits the bottom, and if it doesn't go down easy, generally that means you need a caliper. So if it's not going down, if you're fighting it to go down, that means you need a caliper. So go get yourself a caliper. But yeah, other than that, the brake job is very simple. Rotor, bracket, push this thing down with the C clamp. Like I said, just put the brake pad. Pretend this is the brake pad. Put it right there. Put the C clamp. Turn it. Push this part right here all the way down. And then once you pull all the way down, you should be able to slide the thing back on. You might have to tap it with put some grease on the brakes, like on where the contact is. So put some grease on here and on the metal part right here. And brake grease, not regular grease, brake grease. And yeah, get it down. If it's not going on, you can tap it with a hammer, rubber mallet preferred. And then yeah, bolt it back up. Like, you don't have the muscle behind them, just tighten this just enough, and then you're on your way home to some sweet new brakes and rotors, if you're doing rotors also. But yeah, so listen guys, like I said, just in case, I'm gonna just outro this. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I know again it's not incomplete right now if this is the outro. Sorry about it if it is. But life happens, and I'm running out of daylight almost, so this is, like I said, GoPro's at nighttime, recording at night is not the best, so blah blah. This is not a how-to video. This is just me doing the job. So, and I'm not gonna try to make the recording of it because it's not that entertaining anyways. But If other than that, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and want to support the builds and, you know, what we're doing here, and or hopefully build a race program, or, you know, just build something, and you want to support it, leave a like down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to follow your dreams and do whatever it takes.